If I hadn't seen it with my own two eyes, I would never have believed it. I was 13 years old the day my father fought something that was not a man and won. It started on a Tuesday. In our village in southern Nigeria, that's the market day. My mother had gone early that morning to buy palm oil, dried fish, and pepper. She told us she would be back before sunset. My father and I stayed behind to fix the roof of our house. Rain had been leaking through one corner for weeks, and it was finally dry enough to patch it. We climbed up with nails, palm fronds, and zinc sheets. I held the tools while my father did most of the hammering. I remember clearly how hot the sun was that day. The zinc burned my fingers. Sweat kept rolling into my eyes. We had just finished nailing the last zinc sheet when we heard someone crying outside. Not just crying. Wailing. At first, we thought it was someone from the market, maybe a woman mourning something, or a madman passing by. But the sound didn't move. It stayed in one spot, loud and steady, like it was coming from the earth itself. We stepped outside the compound and looked down the path. There, near the old tree, the one people in the village avoid, the one they say a spirit lives in, was a small boy. Maybe 6 or 7 years old. I had never seen him before. He had no shoes. His feet were brown from dust. His shirt was torn at the shoulder, and his eyes were white. I mean completely white. No black in the middle. Just white, like boiled egg. And he was crying. But it wasn't a child's cry. It was too deep. Too full of pain. It was like listening to someone dying slowly. The kind of cry that crawls into your chest and stays there. I felt my stomach twist. I wanted to run. I wanted to go inside, shut the door, and pretend nothing was happening. But my father grabbed my hand, firmly. "Don't speak," he whispered. "Just watch." I had never heard my father sound like that. He was a strong man, the type who killed snakes with bare hands. But now, his voice had a small shake in it. He was scared, but still standing. The boy walked past our compound slowly, still crying. And as he passed, something strange happened. Our goats started running. The chickens flapped their wings and scattered. Even the dog, which never feared anything, tucked its tail and hid behind the yam barn. Birds flew out of the tree like they had been chased. When he reached the mango tree behind our house, he stopped crying. He stood there, quiet, looking up at the leaves like he was searching for something. Then he opened his mouth and said something I will never forget. He buried her under this tree. My father's body tensed. He grabbed his cutlass, the sharp one he used only for serious work, and marched toward the boy. "Who are you talking about? Who sent you here?" he barked. But the boy didn't answer. He turned to face my father, and for the first time, I saw his teeth. They were sharp. Not like animal teeth, not like human ones either. Just sharp and too many. His mouth moved, but no sound came out. Then he dropped down and ran, not like a boy. Not like a person. He ran fast, low, on all fours, like a wild dog. My father took off after him without hesitation. "Stay there," he shouted at me, but my legs were already moving. I don't know what made me brave enough to follow. Maybe fear. Maybe foolishness. Maybe I just didn't want to lose sight of him. We chased the boy into the bush behind our compound. I remember branches scratching my arms. Thorns tearing my wrapper. My feet slapping against the dry earth. The deeper we ran, the colder the air became, even though it was a hot day. Then everything went quiet. No birds. No crickets. Even the wind stopped blowing. We stepped into a small clearing. The boy was there. Still. Waiting. My father stood in front of him, holding his cutlass tightly. His chest rose and fell. He was breathing hard. The boy didn't look tired at all. He laughed. But the laugh didn't come from his mouth. It came from the ground, from the leaves, from everywhere. The kind of laugh that makes your neck feel cold. Then the boy spoke. "You dug her grave. You must lie in one. His voice was deep and old. Too old for a child. It didn't fit him. It sounded like it came from under the ground. My father didn't back down. He raised his cutlass high and started chanting. Not in English. Not in church tongues. In our language. The old words. The kind you only hear during big funerals and ancestral rites. He called on the river. He called on fire. He called the names of his dead father and grandfather. His voice was strong, like thunder. Then he shouted, "If you are man, bleed. If you are spirit, vanish." And the boy, or whatever it was, burst into flame. No smoke. No heat. Just orange and yellow light. I covered my eyes. When I opened them again, he was gone. Just like that. Gone. That night, my father didn't sleep. He sat outside, staring at the mango tree. Around midnight, he told me to go and get the shovel. He dug through the night. I held the lantern. My hands were shaking. He didn't stop until we hit something hard. It was a skeleton. Wrapped in red cloth. The bones were small, like a woman's. Around the ankles were rusted brass anklets. One still had beads. We called the elders the next morning. They came, touched the bones, and sat down in silence. After some time, the oldest man among them said it was the remains of a girl who went missing 30 years ago. She was never found. People thought she ran away. But she didn't run. She was buried there. Right under our mango tree. And the man who did it, the one who lived in our house before us, had died 5 years ago. Quietly. In his sleep. But clearly, he had left something behind. My father made a sacrifice the next morning, palm wine, kola nut, and a black chicken, to send the spirit away properly. He didn't tell anyone else what he saw that night. He just said, "Let the dead rest now." But me. I haven't eaten mangoes since that day. And sometimes, when I pass the tree, I swear I still hear crying. Let me know if anyone wants to hear the full story of what happened after the spirit returned a second time. Yes, it came back. And this time, it didn't come as a boy.